Wow, that was fast. We got cut off and went straight to live. How's everybody doing?
There. Well,
Hello,
welcome to the
hello.
Hex Guild. I hope everyone's able to hear me. Now I am testing my mic, not your ears. That means, uh, yeah, everything looks good. We are live. This is the Hex Guild, the the premium channel talking about permaculture and crypto and whatever comes to the mind when the chats want to talk. So saying that, let's see. We have our co-admin Hex on air, or as I like to call him, House Owners Association, HOA.
Red squirrels in the
He's
house.
listening to us in
Tin top.
and Tintop and hardware.
Good to see you
So
guys.
if you guys please let me know whether or not you liked the thumbnail to the video. Now I hope everybody got the reference. It's more like of a meme, Mudman 23. uh, so
Oh yeah, it was the Burning Man thing. Did you
yeah,
see the?
Burning Man.
Did you see the? Did you see the cops when they rammed into the roadblock that the freaking hippies had when they cut off the main road that was leading to the event? They were standing like blocking traffic both ways, and yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, the cops weren't having any of it. They just pushed all the gear from the road and
uh,
just uh, arrested everybody.
yeah, like, but by the way, the truck in the thumbnail is generated by AI, and this was like one of the uh, uh, images I had to use because the other ones looked so real that people would have confused that I was in what is it, Nevada or
Like in actual
Vegas?
mud.
Anyways, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, like it's crazy.
Oh man,
It's crazy, but what
go
I
on.
wanted to say, I think it's all a distraction. Like, I don't know what they are trying to hide this time. Like, and by
Yeah,
the
there's
way,
always
like
something.
there are so many other things going on. Uh, we have new guests here and some old ones. Let me add them to stream. We have our uh, Eco Builder and John Murray. Yeah,
Hey guys.
All
hello.
right. Hey,
So
dude.
I'm out at a restaurant right now, so this is the steak camera for today. Um,
That's
I
cool.
invited I invited my new acquaintance here. Maybe we'll become friends here soon. His he goes by Johnny Moringa. You guys know the moringa plant that's over in Asia that produces quite a bit of foliage. Doesn't really grow in any place that freezes. But yeah, I never have seen his face. But I met him on Twitter, and we were in a freedom space together. And maybe he followed me or I followed him. And so then I read his profile and was like, "Whoa, this guy's doing some cool stuff in relation to permaculture." And so I extended the invite to him, and
Oh, that's cool.
we just had a small spaces conversation in order to establish like what it was that he could share. Well, what what our point of view is what I've shared with him thus far. So I'm about to learn quite a bit from him. I sure hope. Hi, Johnny.
How's it growing,
Hey man,
guys? What's happening?
Well, Finbear above me is from Finland, and then
yeah.
Daraj above you is from India, and he's over in the Philippines.
All right.
So
How's it
it's
going, everybody? All
yeah,
over the
Yeah,
world. Well done.
nice to meet you.
Hey,
good to
likewise.
meet you, man.
Hey, hey. Yeah, so, we were talking about in the space where we met about how the thing we can do for all these tyrannies we see in the world, between the toxicity, the tyranny, is we can sow abundance. We can grow our own food and medicine and building materials and fuel, everything we need to thrive, in our local communities. And yeah, this is the way in our blood. This is what our ancestors have done. This is who we are.
Yeah, absolutely. So, uh, what is it that you like about permaculture the best, or how does it?
What's natural?
What
You
kind
guys
of
hear
a,
me still?
or what I would like to ask actually is like what kind of stuff are you into? What is it that you do? You have animals? Do you have like fruit trees? Are you into gardening? Like what kind of stuff do you do?
Yeah, I really like perennials, right? So yeah, your fruit trees and your animals. I think we can make these systems that can be durable and can last. You can have an orchard or fruit trees that can produce so much abundance. And yeah, because it is work. But when we make these systems that can produce again and again, and in ways that are regenerative as well, closed loop systems that just naturally sustain themselves. This is what we've done across the world. For thousands of years. They say the Amazon is just like one giant food forest. So to get back to
Yeah,
these sort of natural ways, I think the times really call for it.
absolutely. Yeah. So I take it you're not looking forward to eating any of the bug burgers they're fixing to feed us.
Italy banned the use of insect flour in their pasta and their pizza. So, I like where their
They
heads at.
also they also banned the use of artificial meat. So if you try to sell it or use it in any of your products, you get fined like 60,000 euros a pop.
That sounds right.
Yeah,
It's these commodity products that they're using for these sort of fake meat abominations. They just have a lot of insecticides, a lot of pesticides, a lot of glyphosate. So you know India, I like India for having Vandana Shiva. She talks a lot about the tyranny of Monsanto and their GMOs and everything that they've done to there's a lot of farmers committing suicide because the solutions that they propose just don't work. They ruin the soil, they don't produce the yields that are promised, and they cause a lot of damages to people's health. So to get back
yeah,
to what's natural, poison free is the way to be. Clean air, clean water, clean food. Poison is rude. So yeah, it's a crazy world we're living in. It's upside down, and but I love the idea that we can do something so important and so powerful when we just do something so natural and so simple in a lot of ways. Feeding bunnies and watering flowers, we can be producing the abundance that can sustain us, and we can do more good than a lot of doctors get to do anymore. Because we know our healthcare systems are so messed up, and so yeah, it's a great way to do something with a lot of purpose and a lot of meaning. And yeah, that's my invitation to people is, yeah, life's a garden. Let's dig it.
yeah. That's well said. Whereabouts in the world are you? Looks really nice and warm over there.
I'm from Florida, but I'm visiting some friends in Costa Rica now. My friend has a nice little farm here in the north of Costa Rica, and yeah, it's the middle of rainy season, so things are super lush. Check out these flowers here. These are like birds of paradise little flowers, and we got some hummingbirds zooming in and out, checking them out, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's just great. The whole world can just be these beautiful gardens that can sustain us and give us everything we need to thrive. You know, not just food, but medicine and building materials and fuel. And yeah, what a honor and a privilege just to get back to our roots and reconnect with the soil. You know, they say that we live 10 years longer when we're just getting our hands in the soil. There's so many health benefits for it. From we absorb vitamin B through getting soil on our hands. And yeah, if we can have the pleasure of walking around in a nice garden barefoot, there's a real health benefit they've measured just to grounding ourselves. Walking around barefoot and something about the electromagnetic flow.
Mm,
So yeah,
yeah. I've noticed over the past few weeks now that somebody's bought chickens close to me, uh, uh, that it's such a wonderful way to pass time just to look at the chickens when they're digging around, like just walking on the lawn, just looking for bugs and making happy noises. And like I can easily spend like half an hour just sitting next to them and watching them do their stuff. Oh, this is pretty interesting.
Um,
Did you guys know that in back in the antiquity, like back in the Roman days, the Roman armies marched depending on how their chickens ate. So there was an actual profession for some people. I forgot the name. It was like a Latin name, so it's pretty easy for me to forget. But what that person's job was he was like a fortune teller, and the way he functioned was like he had chickens in a cage that always traveled with the army, and before any military campaign, he let the chickens out and fed them like we didn't feed them corn, but fed them like seeds. And depending on how the chickens ate the seeds, uh, that's that was like the main information that the general needed to know if they're gonna win the campaign or if it's just the same to like pick up sticks and walk home. Like we've already lost this thing. The chickens weren't hungry. They didn't want any of the seeds. And everybody's like, "Oh my God, that's it, game over. We might as well go home." So it's pretty hilarious to think about like the biggest empire of that time functioning on something so random as like the appetite of their chickens. But that's what they did for hundreds of years.
I wonder if it's
hey
because of the
guys,
size of the brain.
I don't know, but it
hey guys.
kind of reminds me of like our modern days when we look outside the window or talk to the weatherman to see how much we have to pay in taxes to appease somebody like the carbon dioxide gods or something to make amends of our like sins of breathing. Go on, Diraj.
Hey, sorry. I just wanted to address some of the questions in chat. We have a question from Trey Pollock. I hope you guys watched his live stream with us. He's a whatever. He breeds uh, pigs for shows, I guess. So his question is regarding what do you have any concerns regarding wild game and also wild vegetations like foraging for yield? So like Like
Oh,
everybody loves, I guess most of the people on this stream love to eat meat. The See, the only problem I have with wild game is usually you aren't aware of where it has been, or if there is a kind of it has it is carrying some parasites or disease. So that's why I
oh.
would rather have kind of a homegrown or at least like uh, a known source of meat. Same with foraging, like it's very difficult to do nowadays. Like most of the foraging art has been lost. We don't know what you are going to eat, and some of the plants are really deadly and look alike. I think we had this someone took a photo of plant that looked like cherry tomatoes, but when I googled it, it was a variant of nightshade. So if you eat the wrong thing, you are going to be in big trouble. So
But that's why you
mm,
always try to bring your mother-in-law with you when you're going into the forest. And also like tigers and stuff. Like you don't have to outrun the tiger. You just have to outrun your mother-in-law.
Can you believe
So
it, wifey?
yeah,
I lost her. Can you believe it? I lost her.
but
yeah.
yeah,
Well, this is like the perfect time, the perfect season for all kinds of like berries and mushrooms and stuff over here. So it's like I'm really gonna I'm gonna go in heavy with the mushrooms this year. Like we've got so delicious mushrooms growing like right next to us that I'm not gonna leave any in there. I'm gonna pick all of them. Also all the berries. I'm gonna have like berries everywhere. Actually made a huge patch of applesauce today, like maybe 12, 15 liters just from one tree. I used up all the empty jars that I have, uh, of all the jars that I've saved for canning all kinds of stuff. Well, turns up I just had enough to can the apples, so I gotta go and get some more for all the other stuff.
I didn't notice a wild SJ is listening in the chat. A very high warm welcome to you. And she said that, oh, this stream is so shadow banned. I hit the live search on YouTube and it didn't come up even though I'm subscribed. Uh, yeah, I think
I
some of
wonder how
the
that can be.
tags look
How
YouTube
can
and
it
all
be? I
social media.
can't believe it. Yeah,
All
yeah.
social media
Looks like
platforms
we
are
did. We,
pay to win,
yeah,
man.
did we lose our guest?
I'm afraid we
Yeah,
might
I
have,
think
but
he.
if and when he comes back, please ask him if, like, for some reason in my head, I think he's done some aquaponics stuff, hydroponics,
Oh,
aquaponics. Might
oh,
be
that's
interesting to
super
ask him about
interesting.
that.
Yeah, that's
But
I've I've
I,
I've
I think
looked
he was
into it a
breaking up
lot.
earlier, so he probably had some Wi-Fi issues.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, hopefully
yeah,
he gets to join back.
yeah. Definitely, it wasn't us boring him to death. But
That can't, like, not in the first 15 minutes. Come on, that's not possible.
yeah, but yeah, we were talking about this digital tyranny that yeah, it's on all platforms. Like I saw it on X, or formerly known as Twitter, that when they started their premium service, like the blue check marks. My tweets, okay, I admit my tweets are a kind of shit posts, but the amount of views I used to get have nearly halved because the blue tick marks are given priority over us normal folk. Same with
Yeah.
YouTube. There is something known as YouTube Premium services for creators. So when you are subscribed to that, your program gets or your videos get slightly bumped up. Plus, if you look at all of the YouTube channels, most of them are advertisements, like either directly or indirectly. Like sponsored videos get promoted because the sponsors
Yeah.
are also paying for ads. So I'm happy that we are even able to show, like, get 7 or 8 viewers that we are. Hopefully,
Yeah.
I am I will be able to crack this algorithm and go viral someday. But till then, we will try and continue. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's enough from me.
I
What
see.
Finbear was going to
I
give
see.
us some update regarding Achim.
Oh. Oh. There was some. I just saw a video from our friend Sami just before the stream started. Looks like, what was the blockchain uh, from Coinbase? Their base chain stopped producing blocks maybe half an hour or an hour ago. But who cares? Nobody's interested in technology, in crypto. That's funny stuff.
In it for the
So
tech.
it probably has no effect on the price. But god damn it, Eco Builder, what was up with the coffee shop? Like, how can they? You were across the street. If they would
Oh
have come
gosh.
talk to me, I would have told them to go fuck themselves. Like,
I
for the
pointed
people who
down to
haven't
my
seen your
cup.
videos,
I pointed
yeah,
down
for
to
the
my cup
people,
and I said, I'm a paying customer. And whenever I did that, I like turned to I shifted my weight, and the gal was like, "Okay, sir, you need to calm down." And like she said some word that made me seem like I was escalating the situation. And I
uh,
said, "Did you just
didn't she
did you
say?
just say that?
Did,
Did you just like
did she
in
say that she
passing?"
has to de-escalate?
And then she said, "Sir, what I'm doing is I'm immediately de-escalating the situation."
That's not how you de-escalate anything.
I said, "Lady, you got a mind virus." And she said, "Oh,
Yeah,
now that you
No,
insulted me." I don't know. It's so much
it's
better to
not.
just watch the videos.
yeah, that
Yeah,
was silly.
it's less of a mind virus. It's more of corporate training. Like they are given a script what to say, but rarely are they taught when to say it correctly. And
Yeah,
see, uh,
that's like that's like
I know
that's
this.
like that's like when your baby is crying and you go to the baby like, okay, I'm going to soothe you now. Hush now, baby. I'm gonna make you calmer. Like, that's not how it works. Like, first rule of de-escalating a situation is nobody's supposed to know that there's something to de-escalate, because if somebody's really like going on overdrive, you don't want to even tell that person that I'm trying to de-escalate this situation. You want to just like do the things that you're taught, and not just come out with your like you're playing with your cards open if you start like that. But it sounds like she wasn't that clever anyways.
This was like the second time or third time that they came up to me, and they let's see, the first time it was the lady behind the counter who was not a manager, and then the second and third time it was the same person that did the whole I'm de-escalating this situation.
God damn it. Hey, Besot. How you doing, my man? De-escalating. Oh my God.
Man,
And what's silly is that I drove from Georgetown to Houston this morning to go see a chiropractic guru body specialist, and I'm very, very excited about what happens. Christian, the Hexacan, is here with me. What's your screen name on Twitter? What is it again?
El Hexicano.
El Hexacano.
Christian One Quart.
Yeah,
That's
his
awesome,
handle is
man.
Christian, or no, it's Christian Corp 1, isn't it?
Nah, Christian One Quart.
Okay, and it's spelled Christian without a H.
One with the numeral.
So he knows, because of being in Houston for so long, he knows this certain body guru, and I was just talking in passing the other day about how I had possibly, it's gone, a click in my neck when I turned my neck to the left. And so just like an hour and a half ago, this lady treated me, and there's no paperwork, anything. You just walk in, they point you around the corner, they come in behind you and ask you what's the issue, and then like clack, 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 lay down over here, do this, whatever. It was the quickest $60 that's ever left my hands. Let's say that.
Snap, crackle, and pop. You're ready.
So I'm amazed right now, and I'm very happy that we've done this today. We just went to the steakhouse, and that's whenever time caught up with me, and I had to chime in from the table. We're about to go to another place, and this is going to be like a fortune teller sort of place, right? A tarot card reader, possibly. Okay, and so it's another person that has a reputation in the area of Houston. So it might be another quickest $60 or $100 that's ever left my pocket. But what I'm trying to get around to saying is that the reason why I went to that Starbucks is because he lives up a bit north of Houston, so he has to come down into the city. And as a place to meet, I just thought that I would park in my old neighborhood, because I used to live in Montrose area of Houston. And so then after I parked my car at a place that I thought was nice and secure in a ritzy neighborhood, I walked, I estimate like 12 blocks, something like that, past a university and some museums and stuff. And it's hot outside, it's over 100 degrees. So I wanted to cool down before or while I was waiting for him, and I had already gotten a Starbucks halfway from Austin to Houston. There's this town called Bastrop. Bastrop? Yeah, I think it's Bastrop that has the Starbucks. And so I just went in there and got a small Starbucks, because whenever I left my home, it was so early that there weren't any coffee shops open at the time. So that was me getting coffee in the morning. And so I still had my cup with me whenever I'm walking those 10 blocks. And I just decided that, okay, well, I'll just go over to that Starbucks that I know is right over there on the corner. And whenever I walk up to the place, it kind of looked like it was going under renovation. Like hardly anybody was there. And the reason why is because they changed the Starbucks from a dine-in situation with a lot of chairs and tables and the whole works into what looks like a fucking Domino's pizza or Little Caesars pizza to go spot, where you walk inside and all there is a countertop, and then behind the countertop they've got their private kitchen space, and that's it. So I walk in there and I'm like, hey, do you have any restrooms for patrons? Like, I've got my Starbucks cup. You know, if I wanted a freaking refill, I could get it at refill prices because I bought that Starbucks earlier in the day. And they said that no, they don't have a bathroom for their patrons, for their clients. So I thought that was kind of weird. And then so they didn't have any tables or seats there. So I kind of just like squatted, that Asian squat where like you know how the Daraj, you know the Asian squat where it's like you don't have a toilet, you shit in the hole, or the hole in the floor. And so like all you're doing is just bringing it's the right posture to rest. It's bringing your butt down to the floor basically, making sure that your feet are shoulder width apart. And so I was just in that posture, waiting to decide, like cooling off, waiting to decide if I wanted to order. And then the same person who greeted me, the cashier, right when I walked in, she later approached me and said, "Sir, this is a In-N-Out place." And I'm just like, yeah, okay, great. I'm a patron. Look, I bought something, you know, from the other store. And so then they let me be because I said, you know, I'm waiting to figure out if I'm going to buy something or not. And then they just wouldn't let it go. So they reapproached me while I was inside. Then I went outside onto the patio where there weren't any tables and chairs. But this place used to have tables and chairs at that location because, as I said, it's been remodeled since the time that I lived there earlier. That must have been 10 years ago that I left Houston, 10 or 11 years. It was 2012. I thought financial collapse was going to happen. I thought somebody was going to be responsible with finances. And so that's when I left Houston, left corporate world and all that stuff. I had already saved up my money, did precious metals and stuff. And then it was my silver. I kept my gold, but it was my silver that went into Hex whenever I got into Hex. So, so there were no tables and chairs out on that outdoor patio, but the outdoor patio was still, you know, a flat top that was that could be utilized. But then they come out there to harass me and tell me, "Sir, the outdoor patio is also an In-N-Out. We don't allow people to stay here." And then I guess that's whenever the argument started. And I escalated my voice by saying, "I'm a paying customer." So, fuck them.
How dare you?
Fuck them. Fuck them. I don't even like your fucking coffee. You dehydrate me.
How dare you, sir?
How dare you? Clip that.
How dare you? Yeah.
Davin, sorry, but I have to say this. Davin, sorry, I have to say this. But what you did sounds like a Karen to me, man. You you bought a coffee at a different store. You went to a branch of to another store. If you had bought the coffee in the same store, I doubt they would have said no. Yeah, you are a basically, yeah. So that's exactly what the Karen does.
Yeah. No, but that's stupid. So, do you think it's because of? Do you think it's because of like homeless people or illegal immigrants or something? Somebody's been doing something.
Because of homeless and druggies, and so they had like a portable cop station that's like the generator that's on wheels, and it's got a pole that's coming up from it, and there's a camera pointed in every direction, like 2 times over. So there's probably 8 cameras on one pole and a little generator. And so they have that like right out in the middle of a very, very small parking lot. And then I actually showed you in one of the videos how there was a guy in the Walgreens parking lot. That's a pharmacy neighborhood pharmacy type of place across the street. And the guy had taken off his shirt in the parking lot and then went and knocked on some random person's door while their car was still running, and they were just sitting inside of it. So I was like, that person right there, that's what they're trying to guard from, but yet they're harassing me. It's retarded for you to come after me about your fucking policy. I guess I fucking look like I'm up to no good. I guess that's what it is.
It's probably mustache envy.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
or the soul patch, maybe. that
One or
that
the
could
other.
have been the. But see, like here,
you look
like
too happy.
Sorry, here in the Philippines, rather in specifically in Manila, in my area, all the Starbucks have a like a what you call digital lock, and when you buy coffee, your bill has a kind of the password for the restroom. So you can only use the restroom if you have bought at that store. But if you are kind of a nice guy, they do kind of make exceptions, like, but nobody like actually does that here. But
that makes sense.
Like, anyways.
Yeah, and there's where was it that you live? Do you live in Manila?
Yes, Manila.
So how many people live
Manila
there?
region.
Yeah, how many people live there? That's like millions and millions of people.
Yeah, I think like I think the population was around 1.4 million. Last time I checked, I don't remember whether it was 1.4 or 14, but a lot of people.
Yeah.
But
anyways, it
like
makes perfect sense.
Yeah. But anyway, we differed from the point. I do. Yeah, and Davin got cut off again. It's not something I said. It was his internet connection that was bad. But
yeah, I'm sure you hurt his feelings with the soul patch stuff, man. He's sensitive. He's like a poet. He just looks hard on the outside, but when you talk about his soul patch, man, that shit cuts too deep. You can't do that. So please don't do it again.
Okay,
I'm sorry, guys.
I will try.
Yeah, sorry everybody in the chat that you had to witness this horrible. Like, I understand if you guys feel like you need some therapy or something. If you do, please contact D-Rush for reimbursement of any cost if you have to go to therapy because of your facial hair and how poorly you've been treated. Can I please brag about the chickens now? So I hexed flexed and I bought 4 more chickens, actual chickens now. So the last set of 7 animals that was supposed to be 1 rooster and 6 chickens. Turns out it was 5 roosters and 2 chickens. So I was like pretty low on the chicken side, and I was like, roosters eggs suck ass. So I called the guy and I was like, dude, I want more chickens. So I went and got 4 more chickens, actual chickens, and they're this really awesome variety of chicken that I think it comes from Chile or something, like from South America, anyways, and it's called some in some countries it's called like a rumpless chicken because it doesn't have the tailbone, and it also lacks that like the tail feathers that people are accustomed to seeing. but also it lays blue eggs, which is fucking weird when you see like a pale blue uh, egg. It looks like super special. I've heard I've heard that the Spaniards really like chickens that lay blue eggs, and they pay a lot of money for blue eggs. So I'm already thinking of how the fuck am I gonna get the eggs from here to Spain and make $1 million?
Mhm.
But yeah, Team Top is
Yes,
agreeing with us. He says that they should bring back more pay toilets for the extra slap in the face for their customers. That's actually something that we have over here. Like imagine like a service station. First you drive like 150 kilometers of a road in a forest. You see nobody. And then all of a sudden there's a service station and there's like 8 guys in there drinking beer and playing pinball or slot machines or something. And there's crappy music on the radio and like lunch food, which is soon going bad, and really expensive gas and diesel. And you have to pay 50 cents to get into the toilet. It kind of feels like the toilet is where they make their money because there's no people anywhere.
like I like I don't mind paying for a toilet provided they keep it clean, and that's a
Yeah,
huge task, right? Like so, which nobody usually likes to do. So I
yeah.
would
I would
always
much
be.
rather, I would
But
much rather pay like 50 cents or something to go to a toilet if I know that there's toilet paper, like enough toilet paper, and nobody's like tried to have like aiming practices around the walls and stuff. So I would much rather do that. But then again, if I spend like $20 at a place somewhere, then it would be nice to have it for free. But I do understand if you just walk into a place, you're just an expense to the business. In particular, somewhere like Manila, where you can have like thousands and thousands of people walk past your establishment on a daily basis, and if the only thing they do is come to your place to take a dump and then just walk out without spending any money, it's gonna cost you a lot more as the business owner or like a restaurant owner than people might imagine.
yeah, but like as of in my area, like there is enough of public toilets, and yeah, usually like people are nice. Like if they are going to use the restroom at a restaurant or any establishment, they do buy something at that place in general. But so
You
usually not a
haven't met.
problem.
Clearly, you have not met any Germans.
uh, yeah, I have come across, but y- it's like i- the like the local environment also has its like so
Yeah,
usually and one or two of exceptions don't make much of a difference anyways.
yeah.
uh
Hey,
Plus
listen,
like
I'm running really low on battery, and my phone is stupid. You can only charge it or use your headset, and I've got a few percent of power left. I did try to charge this as full as I could, but this is the best we could do. So what do you say if we cut this a bit short this time, and we can maybe do it for a bit longer when we get Adam Stokes on? We can talk more
yeah
about the
yeah
chickens and stuff.
yeah I'm looking forward to it, and maybe I can pitch my uh, green project to him which I can get him to promote. So I'll probably create a, PowerPoint slide for it. We need to
That sounds awesome.
up the quality of the stream, anyways.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just guys talking is not of much use. The other
Oh,
thing,
come on.
yeah,
When there's
I
guys
have to,
talking, when there's guys talking, you know that some shit's gonna get done eventually.
yeah.
Like seriously,
Uh, I get.
would you rather have just ladies talking? Come on, man. When do you watch ladies streams?
Mhm.
Do you watch ah, I don't want to go there. Let's uh let's
Hey,
let's continue this
uh,
next week. What do you say?
yep. Next week, same time. We will decide the time because
Yeah, the time's
we
gonna be
don't know what
different
would be the.
because yeah, the time is going to be completely different because at this present time it's something like 5 o'clock in the morning, or just after 6 in Australia. So we wanna we wanna do it maybe 6 hours from now or something like 9 hours from now, so that it's like midday for him and really early for me. And what would it be for you? It would be like
I'm 1 hour behind Australia, so it's like
okay,
if it
yeah.
is
So
5 a.m. there, it's 4 a.m. for me. So
okay,
we'll
yeah,
we'll adjust that accordingly.
yeah.
The next thing I wanted to say is, yeah, the Pulse Chain Positivity podcast by a Wild SJ. I hope she does it. I think she does it every day now. So it would be on in a couple of hours. If you haven't already, please go and subscribe to her. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel as well. We are going to end our live stream now. You can hang out with us in the Telegram group. The link is in the description, and we are going to go, do our outro with our advertisement for Hexico in Zanzibar. See you guys next week.
Thanks,
Ta-da.
guys. Thanks, SJ. See you guys next week. The show's over. The monkey's dead. It's time you go home.
The vision is to create the dream community, a retreat center, eco-village, sports facility, festival ground, to just really create the most beautiful place on earth.
So I'm taking on my biggest project ever, and I'm looking for the right people to embark on this journey with me. Thus far, I've been investing the amount of resources I have into this, and together with a small team of dedicated people, we've been able to get water access, electricity is being set up, and the first bungalow is due to be finished in a couple of weeks. And that's just the beginning. And Zanzibar is the perfect place to do this. Both because it's the most stunningly wonderful, tropical, exotic paradise, but also because there's so much potential to help the local community who are craving to enjoy the same opportunity as the rest of the world. Like proper co-working spaces with computers connected to the internet, professional sports talent development centers, a proper waste management system. There will be retreats, workshops of different kinds, movie theater, lookout tower, basketball court, tennis court, football court, and natural coral rock pools, sustainable agriculture, music studio, podcasting studio, acrobatic park, yoga platforms. A place to develop talent and creativity in all shapes and forms, in a free place in the middle of nature, in tune with earth, as it should be. It's about giving value, it's about seeing the value we all inhabit, and it's about creating a new beginning in a society where we've forgotten who we are. I believe the future is held by those who come together in love, who understand that we are so connected, that we ultimately are one, and create from there, from the grassroots. where we have decided our own rules.